Hello.
Good morning.
Morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Who's this? Archie27. You know this, Haruka?
No.
You talk to him. You try to talk to him and ask him who he is.
Okay. Okay.
Who's this Archie? Oh, go on already.
Wala.
I think he's from grade 4. Okay. Okay, everyone. Where's Baikaw Sirikanya? So don't get confused if I'm wearing mask because I'm not in my house right now. It's very noisy in my room. They're fixing something there. So I need to stay here in the lobby of the Okay, so can you hear anything like any background noise? Is it noisy? Nothing. Okay. So where's your before we start, let me check your attendance first. Attendance. Okay, grade 8, right? Okay, so we have Grace, what's your number? Tanikarn, right? 2. Present. Poon, what's your number? 3. Haruka.
Yes.
Number 8, right? PP, what's
Yes.
PP's number? Number 1.
Number 1.
How about Satang? What's your number, Satang?
5.
Number 5. Sirikanya. Okay. Okay, so boys and girls, please open your cameras or else I'm going to put you in the waiting room, PP and Satang. Don't tell me that your camera is broken because I know it's not broken. Okay, so last time, what did we talk about, everyone? I want you to open your microphones. Everyone, open your microphones. I want to have open conversation with you. Like you can tell me what you think, I can tell you what I think. Okay, so what did we talk about last time? Grace, Baikaw, Sirikanya, Haruka, Poon, Pipi, Satang.
Pressure.
Pressure of what?
Liquid pressure.
Okay, so when you say liquid pressure, what did you learn about liquid pressure, Miss Sirikanya? What did you learn about liquid pressure?
At the bottom, it will have more pressure.
Why does it have more pressure at the bottom? Because what? Okay, let me open the PowerPoint. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to open the PowerPoint.
It's deep.
It's deep. Okay. How about on top? Why is the pressure not strong on top of the bottle, the container? You see the PowerPoint? Okay, so Baikal said that for in liquid pressure, on the bottom of the container, the pressure is stronger than in the middle and on top. That's because the pressure at the bottom is higher than on top, because on top it has only low pressure. Okay, so you remember that fluid pressure or liquid pressure at any point within the liquid or within a liquid, the forces that produce pressure are exerted equally in all directions. Okay, in all directions are equal. And pressure increases vertically downward. So at the bottom, its pressure is higher, and horizontal, the pressure is constant. Okay, so before we go to our topic today, let's just review liquid pressure. Okay, so characteristics of pressure in liquid. So we have the pressure at any point in a liquid at a particular depth acts equally in all directions. So the pressure in a liquid does not depend on the surface of its area. And also, the pressure in a liquid acts equally in all directions, and does not depend on the shape of the container. So the pressure of the liquid do not depend on the container. Okay, it doesn't depend on the container. For example, if the container is square or circle or oblong, it doesn't depend on the shape. Okay, all the pressure of the liquid is the same, equal in all direction, even if the container is circle, heart, star. The pressure is still, or the pressure in a liquid is still, or acts equal in all direction. Okay, so where can we apply the pressure in liquids? Who can tell me? Where can we apply? Yes, everyone? Where can we apply the pressure in liquid or liquid pressure? The examples are already there in your screen right now. What? Where can we apply the liquid pressure? Where? Everyone.
Construction of dams.
Dams, okay, what else?
Scuba
Intravenous infusion or IV transfusion or transfer. Next, what else?
Public water supply.
Water supply, and next is what else?
scuba
What? Scuba suit.
suit.
Okay, so first let's talk about the construction of dams. You remember what Baikal said earlier? The pressure at the bottom is higher than the pressure on top. So when you're constructing dam, what is dams in Thai? How do you say dams in Thai? Hello.
Yes.
What's dams in Thai? How do you say dams in Thai?
แดมเขื่อน
Okay, so when you're constructing or you're making the dam, at the bottom, the border or the wall needs to be thicker than on top, because of course, the pressure at the bottom is higher than the pressure on top. Next, we have another example. We have intravenous infusion, which is transfer medicine in saline solution to a patient. Okay, so this example is when you are at the hospital Okay, so maybe everyone already tried this one. Maybe you already tried going to the hospital and how do you call this one? Someone already put the dextrose on you. Okay, so this is applying pressure in liquids also. And then next one, we have the public water system. So maybe you already observed this one while traveling on the way to some provinces, or even in front of your house or at the back of your houses. So this is what they do, or how they apply pressure in liquid. Okay. So okay, let me show you this video again so that you're going to have some ideas. Okay. Can you hear the sound? Can you guys hear the sound? Okay.
A wooden block kept on a table exerts a force on it, and we know that the wooden block is a solid substance. What about liquids? We know that liquids are kept in containers. Do liquids or fluids exert pressure? Yes, they do. They exert pressure on the base and the walls of the container in which they are enclosed. The pressure on the base will be downwards, and on the walls, the pressure will be sidewards. We can also derive something interesting if we look at the fluid in terms of layers. Say there's water kept in a plastic container. Let's divide the fluid into 5 equal parts. You can see that the second layer of water is holding the weight of the first layer. Similarly, the third layer is holding the weight of the first as well as the second layer. And the fourth layer is holding the weight of the top 3 layers, and so on and so forth. So clearly, the pressure at the bottommost layer is the maximum. There's even a way you can find this out. Near the topmost layer, make a little hole at the side. You'll see that the water flows out from that hole like this. It doesn't roll along the walls, it flows out at an angle. Now let's make a second hole near the layer under it. You'll see that the water flows out at a wider angle as compared to the earlier case. We continue to make holes in the wall, and we'll notice that the water literally squirts out. This proves that the pressure at the bottom is much more than the pressure at the topmost layer. What about the upward force exerted by a liquid? How do we understand that? We will see that in our next video.
Okay, so the example that was given here was the bottle, and then there are different layers of holes, right? So at the bottom, the middle, and on top. So what if we are going to make a hole in the same level? What's going to happen? Do you understand my question? Can you open your microphones, everyone, please? Do you understand my question? What if we are going to make a hole in the same direction? Okay, let me show you this example. So in the example here is the water bottle. Okay. In the water bottle, it has different holes, right? The different holes are this one, and this one, right? Okay, so what if we are going to make a hole in a different level? So for example, we are going to make a hole here. This one, and this one. So everything is in the same level. So what do you think is going to happen? How about the pressure of the water? Is it the same with you when you make a hole in the different levels, or is it this? It's different. You try, Grace. Okay, who can answer me? What, Baika? What do you want from? Hey, everyone, you open your microphones, please. I want you guys to talk because I didn't hear your voice for a long time. What did you say, Baikao? It's
Different.
again?
Different here.
It's different. Are you
Yes.
sure?
Yes.
Why did you say it's different?
Because when you do this is on the same level and
Uh,
it different from
okay, try to talk slowly. It's different from the first example because the first example, you put a hole in a different level, right? At the bottom, at the
yes,
middle, and on top. And if you put the holes in the same level, what's going to happen? Is the water pressure going to be the same or different?
the water pressure will be the same if it in the same level.
Yes, very good. The water level will be in the same level. The water pressure will be the same pressure because it is the same level. Okay? Very good idea. Okay. Okay, let's go to our next topic. Our next topic will be buoyancy, everyone. So what is buoyancy, Grace? Yes, Grace. Buoyancy is
Buoyancy is an upward force exerted by a fluid that opposes the weight of an immersed object.
okay. So buoyancy is an upward force exerted by liquid that opposes the weight of an immersed object. So let's say, for example, you have a boat in a lake. Okay, so the water in the lake is going to what? Is going to exert a force upward that pushes the boat a little bit, okay? That opposes to the weight of the boat. So let's say this is the boat. So of course the boat is going to what? Drop, right? And the water in the lake is going to what? Exert a upward force to make the boat float. Okay? So actually, buoyancy is like, for example, everyone, can you get some a glass that is full of water? Everyone get a glass full of water. Okay, get a glass full of water. Okay, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. Hurry up. Full of water, Poon, full of water. Everyone, glass full of water. Full of water. Okay, hurry up. Do you already have your glass? Poon? Oh, where's your water? Can I see? You need to show me. I can't hear you. Okay. Take out a little bit. That's too full. Take out a little bit. Not too full. Okay. Okay, so put the glass in front of your computer. Oh. So watch out now, watch out. Maybe you're going to drop the water in your computers. Okay, put that in front of your computers and then show, like, try to show the glass with your face in it. Like, try to show the glass for yes, okay, Poon, that's correct. Do it like that. Okay, go, Poon. Okay, like that. Okay, also everyone, okay. Okay. So this is what we're going to do now. Okay, how about Sirikanya? Okay, so this is what we're going to do now. Try to put one finger inside the glass. Okay, so it did, what did you observe? Lower pun, lower. Okay, so what did you observe? Who can tell me, what did you observe? Hello, everyone, open your microphones, please. What did you observe? What did you observe? What happened to the water?
It get up.
It get up. Okay, next. Try to put two fingers inside the glass. Two fingers. Okay, so what did you observe? The water, what? What happened to the water? Hello,
Get
everyone.
up.
It still get up. Okay, now, what I want you to do is put your whole hand inside the glass. Put your whole hand inside the glass. What happened? Whole hand inside the glass.
Water come out.
Again, again, Haruka, the water what?
Water come out.
The water came out from the glass. Okay. Okay, everyone keep your glass. Okay, keep your glass. Okay, so Haruka said that the water came out from the glass, right? So that is what buoyancy is. You understand? It is the upward force exerted by the liquid that opposes the weight of an immerged object. Your immerged object are your fingers or your hand. The upward force is the water that came out from your glass. So do you already get the idea of buoyancy? You understand? Hello, everyone. I need you to talk to me.
Yes.
Okay, so that
Yes.
is buoyancy. Okay, so in buoyancy, we are going to talk about Archimedes Principle. Okay. So in Archimedes Principle, it says that the buoyant force is equal to the weight of the displacement of the water. Okay, he said that the buoyant force is equal to the weight of the displacement of the water. Okay, so he has two principles here in floating objects. The first one is weight of the boat. Let's say your boat is your hand, okay? The weight of the boat is equal to the weight of the displaced water. And when floating, the higher the density objects displace more water than lower density objects. So you remember we talked about density, right? So what is density, Grace? If you can remember, we already talked about this last meeting. So what is density? Uh, uh, what do you mean by what is density? It is what? Density equals what, Grace? Okay, hello Google.
Mass over volume.
Volume. Okay, so mass over volume. That is the scientific term for density. But for okay, so this is mass over volume. But how am I going to explain it to you so that you're going to understand it easily? So density is how compact the mass in a substance or an object is. So let's say, for example, this picture, which is more dense? You remember a density, how compact the mass in a substance or an object is. So which is more dense? Is it the right side or the left side? Compact, meaning more. Which is more compact? Is it left side or right side? Yes, spoon.
F, oh,
Yes, spoon. Is it the left side or the right side?
left.
Left side. Okay. How about this one? Which is more compact? Grade 8 room 1 or grade 8 room 2? I don't understand that. What's that? Peace? I need you to talk.
Grade 8 room 2.
Okay, so grade 8 room 2 is more compacted than grade 8 room 1 because there are more students in grade 8 room 2 than there are in grade 8 room 1. So this is how I'm going to explain density so that you're going to understand it in an easier way. So again, density is how compact the mass in a substance or an object is. Okay, so let me show you this one. Where is that? Okay, so Haruka, can you please read?
If density of object less than density of liquid equal, then the object will float.
Okay,
If density, oh,
okay, continue. If by cause already lost.
if density of object is higher than density of liquid, then the object will sink.
So it says here if the density of the object, meaning your object, let's say your boat, is less than the density of the liquid, then your object or your boat will float. But what if the density of your object or your boat is greater than the density of the water? So what will happen? It will sink. Okay? So again, the object or the density of the object needs to be less than the density of the liquid so that your object can float. But if you want it to sink, so the density of the object needs to be greater than the density of the liquid. Just like the same with the rock. Is the rock greater or less than the density of the liquid? Is it greater or less than the density of the liquid? The rock. The density of the rock. Greater or less than? Greater, because it sinks whenever you put it on the liquid. Okay, so at least you already have the idea, everyone. Okay, let's watch this video before we answer your book so that you are going to have more idea.
Say you have a beaker filled with water and you put your index finger inside it. You'll observe that the water level rises slightly. You put in 2 fingers, the water level rises a bit more.
Sorry about that. Okay, let's go back.
Say you have a beaker filled with water and you put your index finger inside it. You'll observe that the water level rises slightly. You put in 2 fingers, the water level rises a bit more. And now when you put in your hand up to the wrist level, you'll see that the water level increases significantly. The ancient Greek mathematician Archimedes observed something similar when he got into a bathtub. When he got in, he realized that the level of water went up. In both the cases, you notice that the water is displaced by the object that goes in. Keep this thought in mind. We'll come back to it soon. In our previous videos, we've seen that when an object is placed in or on the fluid exerts a buoyant force on it which acts upwards. The Archimedes Principle goes just one step further in saying that the buoyant force applied by the fluid is equal to the weight of the displaced fluid. We can take a simple example to understand this. Take a 5 kg solid object and suspend it by a spring balance. The balance will read 5 kilograms. Let this be the first case. For the second case, take a beaker of water which has a small opening at the top. The water in the beaker is filled right up to this point where the opening is. And we keep a small container under the opening. Now slowly lower the solid object into the water and you'll see that the reading will be lower number as compared to the previous case. Why is that? It's because of the buoyant force acting on the object. You'd have also noticed that some water was displaced. Now in this context, we can say that the weight of this displaced water is equal to the magnitude of the buoyant force acting on the object. That's the Archimedes Principle. When an object is immersed fully or partially in a fluid, the upward force applied by the fluid on the object is the same as the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. Where is this principle applied? Can you think of examples? How do you think large steel ships float? It's simple. If the weight of water displaced by the vessel below the keel is equivalent to the vessel's weight, then everything above the keel will remain afloat. That's because the water too applies an upward buoyant force on the ship, which is same as the weight of the water displaced by it. There's just one important concept left in this section, and that's relative density, which we will cover in the next lesson.
Okay, so that is your Archimedes Principle. Okay, so what we're going to do now, everyone, is I want you guys to get your books and open it to page 42. And let's answer it together. Do you want to answer it together or do you want to answer it by yourself?
Together.
Together. Only Haruka wants to answer together. How about
Together.
everyone else? Only Haruka and Grace wants to answer it together?
Together.
Together. How about Baikaw Srikanya? You want to answer it alone? Together. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I want you guys to read the questions and I will answer the questions. Okay, so let's start with letter A. Everyone, can you please read letter A?
Liquid.
Liquid in
In
a
a
container,
container, exert
exert
pressure
pressure
in
In blank
blank direction
To
it.
Hello, everyone. Can you read like grade 8? Oh. Okay. Directions due to its weight. Okay, please read letter B like you're already grade 8. Can you please do that? Okay.
Figure 3
Figure
shows
three shows
a container
container
with similar
similar
holes
holes
at the
same
same height when it is
filled
filled with water. The water will
Spurt.
out with the blank
blank
So what's
speed
the answer?
and
reach the blank
blank
distance.
distance.
Okay, so figure 3 shows a container with similar holes at the same height, just like what I told you earlier, the example. When it's filled with water, the water will spurt or go out with what? Spurt out with the what? Is it same or different direction? Same or different speed?
with the same speed.
Same speed. Okay, and reach the blank. Different distance or same distance? Hello, is this the same
Different.
or are you sure? Same level of holes, huh? The same level.
Same distance.
Same distance. Okay, letter C. Everyone, figure 4, go.
Figure 4
Read like your
A
grade 8.
container with
similar
similar
holes
holes
at
at the different height when
when it
is
is
filled
with water.
water.
Water will
Water will
out
spurt
Same or
out with
different?
speed.
Same or different speed? Okay, different speed. And reach out
Different
the
speed.
same or different distance.
Different.
Different.
Okay, so water spurts out the greatest horizon distance from the what? On top or at
From
the lowest? Okay, on the bottom. At the fastest rate. The lowest is the fastest rate. And water spurts out the same horizon distance from the highest hole at the lowest. Okay, and last one, letter D. Figure 5 shows that some water in a container, the water level is the same in each tube. The water at different points of the same depth exert the same pressure. Okay. It's very easy, right? Okay, if you finish, you tell me. So everyone, you have less than 1 minute. So if you think that you can't answer it right away, you can take a photo of it.
Teacher,
Yes?
we need to send in line
Yes,
group,
of
right?
course.
Okay.